So welcome to your hip mobility and thoracic mobility workout. This is more of a structured workout. The only piece of equipment you need is a foam roller, and that is optional. You need a little bit of space to move, and that is it. Alrighty, so I just want you to start walking on the spot, and we're just going to do a quick warm-up. So just bringing your arms in and out, in and out to one side. So we're going to get a little bit of shoulder work as well as hip opening work, and down, and just come into some gentle squats. And with the squats, we'll just do a couple of stretches for our thoracic mobility. We know how to do these now, that's great. And again, and this time reaching a little bit around, so we get a little bit of that twist as well. All right, shake it out. We're going to be walking into this relatively slowly anyway. The first thing we're doing is a walking knee cradle. So what you're going to do is you're going to step up, grab your knee, grab your ankle, and pull it up. Step up, grab knee, grab ankle. Grabbing under the knee, under the ankle, bringing the foot upwards to get that external rotation in that hip socket. We're going to do a set of 10 of those, so 5 on each leg. So let's go. Step 1, grab and up, and 2, pulling it around, and 3, in whatever room you have, and 4. Great work. You should really feel it in the hips. So coming forward. Oh, good. 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 2 more. 9 and 10. Great work. We're now going into a walking lunge. Just go as far in the lunge as you can. The key with this one is we're going down and we're squeezing the back glute and reaching to the side. Now this lunge is slightly different in the fact that we're not trying to get our back knee to the ground. We're not doing a full lunge. We're doing a forward lunge to get that stretch up the quad and then a stretch for the hip flexor. All right, and coming forward, squeeze, and reach, and forward, squeeze, and reach, forward, squeeze, and reach, forward, squeeze, and reach. So you're reaching overhead with the back leg. Squeeze, reach, that's half of them, forward, squeeze, and reach. Great work. Forward, squeeze, reach. You should feel it up the back as well as the hip flexor. Forward, squeeze, and reach. 2 more. Forward, squeeze, and reach. Last one. Forward, remember it's lengthening to get that quad stretch, and reach over. Great work. Shake it out. We're going into a shoulder tap. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can be in our hands and knees position, so just watching, tapping, tapping, then up into a downward dog, keeping our knees bent to help keep the ribs down and the hips to the ceiling. If you're uncomfortable in a down dog, come back to a child's pose. We can also do the taps in our 3/4 plank. So setting up to where you are comfortable, tap, tap, tuck feet under, reach to get that shoulder mobility, helping above our head, reaching and down, tap, tap, make sure there's no movement, ready for down dog. Come into an open child's pose. And forward. And you can go on hands and knees. And down. And coming forward. Tap. Back. And up. Really drive the hips back. Feel it in your calves. One more. Tap. And drive it back. Great work. Shake it out. We're going into our scorpion rotations. We're going to do this in 2 different ways. So we're going to come down. You're going to be either in cactus arms or flat arms, palms to the ceiling, so your arms out wide. Cactus arms is harder, but really helps open out that chest and into a little bit more of the mobility. We're then going to bring our leg up and we're going to rotate down to the side as far as we can. We're not just going to drop our legs and let things move. We're rotating down in a controlled manner. If you have the core stability, you can do this with a straight bottom leg. Make sure the bottom leg rotates and things come down. All right, we're going to do 8 on each side. So set yourself up, either straight leg or bent leg, up to you. Bring your knee up on the exhale and then drop it down just as far as you can. Feel that stretch, keeping the palms facing the ceiling and coming back up. And drop it down. Make sure that bottom leg rotates as much as that top leg does. Hold, exhale, bringing it back up. You should feel a great mid-back stretch with this. And exhale to help with it coming up. You're going to have that knee straight as well. Remember, we're not just dropping it to the floor. We're keeping our body still so we get that mid-back rotation. The exhale to bring it back up will help with the core. And one more on this side. Drop. And bring it back up. Bringing it down. Set yourself up. So inhale and relax. Exhale. Bring the knee up. And then we're going to drop it down. Feel that rotation. Notice that my shoulder doesn't pop up, but I do get a rotation in the mid-back, and the lower hip is moving. So this hip is moving off the ground, but my shoulder, and I'm trying to keep my rib cage on the ground as much as I can. It's a controlled movement. And 4. Should feel really nice on the back. Again, you can have your legs straight as well. Doesn't really matter. It's whichever one you feel best with. Two more. You stop when you start feeling that rotation and that nice sort of stretch, twist in that mid-back area. This is such a nice one to do, especially if you sit a lot or nursing or feeding your baby and hunched over a lot. Coming around, we're going to go into our thread our needle. In this one, we can use a foam roller if you wish. We're going to set ourselves up just like a normal thread the needle, where you're on hands and knees, hips go back slightly. You're going to put your hand through, palm facing upwards, and allow the foam roller to help with that rotation, coming back, and then reach up to the side, keeping our hips back so the reach isn't to do with the hips, it's that mid-back thoracic area. Okay, let's get it going. Have that there. Hopefully it's not going to roll roll away, and rotate through. Feel a good stretch, bring it back, and reach, and through. You can do this at your own pace. You don't have to keep up with me. Feel like this feels so good, just stretching there. Hold it, it's fine. And rotate that through, and up. This is 4, and back up, and through, reach it through, and one more after this, and then we're going to change sides, and round. The foam roller just helps assist with that stretch, but you don't need a foam roller. Coming around, setting out for the other side. You can do this without the foam roller, hips back, and just reach through this way. So let's get going. Reach through, and then follow with your eyes up. And reach it through. Feel that great stretch, mid-back, and up. That's 2. And through. And up. And through. And up. Great work. Stop where you feel that stretch. Just give it a second so you get maximum benefit. And up. And one more. Through. And up. Great work. That was one time through the whole workout. We're now going to go through it a second time, a little faster because we know what we're doing this time. So coming up, we're going to start with our walking knee cradles. Remembering you're hooking under the knee, under the foot, and pulling up. And let's step up and pull. 1 and 2 and 3. Great work. 4, 5. Works on our balance as well. And 6. 4 more. 7, 8, and again from the front. 9 and 10. Great work. We're doing our walking lunges with the side bend. Remember, we're squeezing that back glute, and we're looking to lengthen into the quad. Squeeze and side reach. Squeeze and side reach. And down, squeeze, side reach, down, squeeze, side reach. Great work. Down, squeeze, side reach, down, squeeze. I reached the wrong side last time. And reach. Down, squeeze, reach with the back arm, and squeeze. There we go. 2 more. 1, squeeze. Feel it in the quad, feel it in the hip flexor. Down, squeeze, and reach. Great work. Shake it out. We're going into our shoulder taps, downward dog. Shoulder taps into a wide child's pose. Your choice. Set yourself up. Make sure your core is engaged so that we don't move. The idea with this is to get working our serratus and our shoulder stability so that when we tap, we don't move like this. And let's go. Tap, tap, tuck. Drive those hips up, work through the shoulders. Keep the knees bent a little bit so you can keep the ribs down. Tap, tap, and drive. Long neck, tap, drive. Keep the neck long, don't be looking at your fingertips, because that's going to hurt your neck. 2, drive, and tap, 2, and drive. And if you're doing it in slightly easier version, 1, 2, and come back into that child's pose. Still feeling a great stretch, 2, child's pose. We've got 2 more, 1, 2, and back. Last one, 1, 2, and back. Great work. Coming around, we're coming down onto the ground. Hands either palms to the ceiling, arms wide, or arms in that cactus pose. Inhale, exhale, lift that leg, and then we're going to rotate down, exhale, back up. Rotate down, exhale, back up. You don't need to hold a full brace with this. Just enough tension there to keep this as a controlled movement. We've got 2 more, and that exhale will help you come up, working those obliques. Last one. And down. And switch it out. So inhale, exhale, lift, and drop it down, and bring it up. 1. Go at your own pace. Totally fine if you don't get all the reps. The idea with mobility work is that you do it at your own pace, the number that you want, and to your own flexibility and ability. And we've got 1 more. There we go, fantastic. Coming around, we're going to grab up our foam roller for our thread the needle, or you can do it without a foam roller. Remember, for the setup, we are hands and knees with our hips going back slightly so that we can't use our lower back in this. Palm goes to the ceiling, roll it through, feel that stretch, bringing it back, rotate up, down, stretch, bring it back, bring it up, and down. I love this one. I feel like the foam roller really helps as well, because you can put a little bit of pressure down onto the foam roller when you're at that end of the stretch, and it just really helps get that final part of the rotation, a little work into the shoulder as well, and back, and 1 more after this one, up, and last one, and up. Great work, coming around. Set yourself up. If you need to, take a little bit of a break. Feel like your core is feeling it a little bit from being in that front loaded position. Take a break. Couple of inhales. Exhale, engage a little bit. Bring it back up to that hands and knees. Hips back. You don't need to fully maintain engagement here. Just don't let everything hang out, okay? So it's not like hands and knees breathing where you're really forcing that brace. You have to have some mobility and some movement, but you don't want to let everything just hang out. So just a little bit of tension pulling up from that pubic bone will help. And roll it through, and bringing it up. And roll it through, and 2. Really feel if one side of this is harder than the other. I definitely find it harder to move towards my left. And up. And down. Really stretch it through. Good work. 2 more. Push down on that foam roller right at the end. Last one. and up. Good work, team. We have just gone through our mobility workout, mainly for the hips and the thoracic area, but we definitely got a lot of shoulder work in there as well. I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed that workout, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you are notified when new workouts are released. And check out Confident Fitness for Mums, where there are hundreds of diastasis and pelvic floor safe workouts and monthly calendars to follow.